And now UEN proudly presents Cheese Cubed. 3 tasty bits of cheese knowledge in one compact package. First, it's cheese by the numbers. Today's number is 4,000. That's the earliest year BC where archaeologists can trace evidence of cheese made from milk of cows and goats in Mesopotamia. Like milk through a strainer, these are the ways of our cheese. In this week's segment, scientist Dr. Alan Young answers your question. How does the way an animal grazes affect the flavor of cheese?
The way animals graze is a very complicated process, and especially when it comes time for flavors in the milk. There's an old saying that says that you are what you eat, and in the case of milk, it definitely is a direct analogy, meaning that what a mother eats will come out in the milk in some form or another. Any dairy animal can graze different plants. If you look at a pasture or an area that they're grazing, you'll find that there are many different types of plants that they can graze. And these plants have different compounds in them depending on where they're grown and what time of the year it is. So the product that you can get in milk can be very different from one part of the season to a different part of the season, or from a different part of the mountain to the valley. For example, in Switzerland, they looked at cows that were grazed at the top of a mountain versus those that were grazed in the valleys, and they found that there were different flavors that came out in the milk depending on where those animals had been grazed. For animals that graze, there have been at least 27 different flavor compounds that have been identified in different areas. So it's very difficult for a cheesemaker to have a consistent product, whereas if you were in a conventionally fed dairy, they get fed the same thing every day and the product's more consistent. I'm Alan Young, and I'm a dairy scientist.
And now it's time for the queso quiz. Test your cheese knowledge. What is daisy? A. Round board for serving cheese. B. 22-pound cheddar cheese. C. Cheese flavored with flowers. The answer is B. Daisy is a traditional cheese-style 22-pound wheel of cheddar coated with wax and cheesecloth. Cheese Cubed is a tasty bit of cheesy knowledge brought to you by Utah Education Network with support from Cache Valley Cheese, DSM Food Specialties, Schreiber Foods, Gosner Foods Incorporated, and the Western Dairy Center. Learn more at uen.org/TV.